In this video, I am going to explain the directions on how to complete this assignment. So you should have this right in front of you on one side and then the same thing on the back. And once you have this in front of you, you have pencil, hopefully some colored pencils also. If you don't have colored pencils, you can borrow them from me. Once you have this, what you're going to do is go to Canvas, and once you're there, click on this. Thanks for helping out, Godzilla. If this pops up, just click Open in New Tab, and this should pop up. From here, I'd like you to head over to Kids Edition. Click on that. Now, what we're going to be doing, as I explained a little bit, is looking at schools around the world. From this map of the continents, you will be able to click on any continent and look at any country inside that continent. But there's one exception. If you go to North America, you can't click on the United States. Okay, you guys know enough about schools in the United States. The United States is the only country on earth that you can't do for this assignment, but there's all these different countries. Let's say you don't want to start in North America. Let's say you want to start in Oceania. Click on that, and you'll see that there are all these countries within the continent. Actually, Australia is sometimes considered a country and a continent, but here in Culturegrams, Oceania is the continent, and then all of these are the countries within that continent. I hear French Polynesia is really nice. It's like paradise out there. Just beautiful beaches, clear water. Sounds great. Let's click on that. If you decide to click on French Polynesia like I did, this will come up, and what you're going to do is head over to the left side of the page and scroll down until you see Lifestyle. You're right here on Lifestyle, except you're just going to look at schools. Right here, schools. So if you find that, you're going to click on it. Now, you may be in a country that doesn't have that tab. If it does not say schools, you need to jump out of there and head over to another country. Most of them will have that schools kind of a tab, but if you come across one that doesn't, you need to go to another country. So, this is a couple paragraphs. Most countries barely have this much. Sometimes they'll only have one paragraph. That's okay. But what this is going to be talking about is what schools in French Polynesia are like. So at this point, you'll head back to your graphic organizer. Country. French Polynesia. Whatever the country is. Obviously, you'll write it in there since we're not doing this online, but you'll put the country. Okay. Head back over there. Now you're going to have to do a little bit of reading. So you read through this, and what you're looking for are 4 interesting facts about schools in French Polynesia. Anything that you find that's interesting, maybe it's interesting because we do it the same way in the United States. Maybe it's interesting because it's completely bananas that they even do that during school, and you find that really interesting. So I'm just going to kind of skim through this. Okay, a lot of this kind of sounds similar. Oh, okay, this is interesting. I find this kind of interesting. It says, in French Polynesia, when kids turn 14, they get to choose if they want to focus on academic studies or vocational studies. Now, if you stumble upon a word and you have no idea what it means, I don't mind if you look it up real quick. Vocational studies means studying for a job or a career. It's not so much math, science, social studies, ILA, those things. It's learning how to actually do something. I think that's really interesting that in French Polynesia, when a kid turns 14, they get to choose. So what I would do over here in this box, I'm going to put a 1. And how could I put that? When kids turn 14, they can choose to keep going in regular classes or focus on learning a job or a career. So I just summarized that off the top of my head from the sentence that I read just a couple seconds ago. Yours can be fewer words than this, more words than this. If you need extra paper, that's fine. Just make sure that when I read these, it's really clear what fact you found interesting. 2 or 3 words is not going to be enough. You need to kind of tell me what you think is interesting. And then you'll continue for 3 more of those. Just like that. All from French Polynesia in this case. So after that, you kind of have a choice. You could go to the next country, right here, wherever it is, and you could get your facts. Then you could go to country on the back, and you could get all the facts first if you wanted to, and then do this column, which you could probably figure out. And then in this column, you're going to need to draw a picture. Kind of based on what you read. You can look at the picture that's actually on that page, but you kind of need to take what you read and turn it into some kind of picture. It doesn't have to be one big picture. You can break this up into kind of like 4 sections if you want to. You can have multiple pictures on here. That might actually be easier. But I need to be able to look at this picture and then look at just where it says French Polynesia, and just from the picture, come up with a few facts that are interesting about schools in that country. That's kind of what I expect. I think you guys know what I expect with drawings. If you're really, really not sure, you can ask me. But you could do it where you get all the facts first, or you could do it where you get the facts and then the picture, facts, then the picture, kind of whatever you want to do. Just obviously make sure that you're focused on getting good, interesting information and then trying to find a way to draw it into pictures. Okay, so that's basically the assignment. I think it's pretty clear, but if you have any questions after watching this entire video, if you have any questions that aren't explained in the video, just raise your hand, just swing by my desk, ask me, and I will get you straight. So, good luck.